Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, and there we go. Susie, Mom, thank you so much for being here first. And I don't think we'll be here for more than an hour. You know, the usual stuff. Okay, let me see. There we go. Perfection. Perfection. Let me see. I got too many things open right now. I got to close some of these screens. Okay. Too much stuff open. I don't need that or that or that. Don't need that or that. Oh, yeah, I can close all of this stuff. Okay. Wow, when you're prepping, it's amazing how many screens you can have open at one time. But we only want the essentials, so that way it won't slow down. Okay, perfect. Sonia Johnson, Carlene Beckford, Fancy, thank you for being here. Miss Viv, Gwendolyn Daniels, Sheila Dewey, hello, welcome. Compton Cali Gal, Lydia Washington, Puzzle Dot, Simone Black, and a host of friends and others. Okay, and we're good. So, with love, Meghan, what clapback? I was a bit confused, and maybe you all can help me out. I'll share that with you. But you know, I spoke about this yesterday where the girl received the letter and she was so excited. And I was, I thought that was it, right? I guess it was more to it than what I thought it was. But we'll get to that in a minute. Happy World Storytelling Day. Yes, I didn't know that that was a thing either. But apparently, it's Happy World Storytelling Day. So, if you're a good storyteller, today is your day. So, happy World Storytelling Day. A couple of posts from Meghan today. As ever, Meghan, it's the first day of spring. Let's celebrate. Yeah, I guess it's the what? Equinox, the first day of spring. And what is it? Let me see. I forgot exactly what that means. I know it's first day of spring. Does that mean from here on out days are going to get no, that doesn't happen yet. Days should still get longer. So yeah, I don't know what that means. Because there's the summer solstice. I don't know what that is either. Uh but yeah, so it's the first day of spring. So that was as ever. And then check this one out. From the Meghan account, we have this one. Cheers to the first day of spring. So as you can see there, I believe that is Lilybit picking strawberries. And I see someone standing behind. I guess that may be Archie, barefoot. Wow, that must be a good thing to just run free and barefoot through the grass like that. When was the last time you all stepped out on the grass barefoot? When was the last time where you felt the cool blades of grass between your toes? Now that's summer. Yeah, that's summer. So, and of course, Montecito is the land of perpetual summer. They have their own little microclimate there, I believe, because of the foothills and the proximity to the ocean, which, of course, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Sussexes do have an ocean view. Um, you can see clear to the Pacific Ocean. That also has to be amazing. I bet they get the most gorgeous sunsets. Now, with love, Megan, there was that letter. So let me take a look at what I shared yesterday, if you don't mind. And even if you do, I still want to do it. Okay, so was that it? Nope. Nope. Okay, so this is how it started off. The account, not skinny but not fat. You guys, I'm scared for Megan. And then all of a sudden, as she puts it, she was having not such a great day, which is what I found out later on. So there you have it. She's saying, wait, do I still have that? Let me play that little sound bite for you. It's very short, but I guess I'm just doing it for effect because apparently what I thought should have been just a way to show moral support to someone who is genuinely worried about the Duchess of Sussex, which, of course, people who really know and love the Duchess of Sussex or know of her as we do. We're not intimate friends with her. I don't think anyone here is. But, if you've been someone that followed the Duchess of Sussex and tend to gravitate toward anything that has to do with the Duchess of Sussex, then I would suppose, um, wow, that's some beautiful jewelry. Huh. I just came across something. The king and queen of the Netherlands are, I don't know where they are, but they're looking at some beautiful bead work that just caught my attention. But okay, let me focus. Okay. Mm, well, you know what? It was on her reel yesterday, and I don't know, maybe I won't be able to find it. Okay, it's not essential. I don't just have to share that with you. But I just wanted you to hear in her own words her enthusiasm for the Duchess of Sussex, just to shed a little light on things. Oh, there we go. And apparently, I think this lady is an actress or a comedian or something like that. I've never heard of her before, but maybe some of you have. Okay, no matter. I don't see it now, but I had it yesterday. I don't see it now. But let's not worry about that. So as you can see, she has the beautiful calligraphy from the Duchess of Sussex. You can see the back of the envelope has Meghan's cipher on it, right? Oh, and by the way, you guys, that caused quite a few people to go into meltdown. Just the idea that the Duchess of Sussex used her rightfully given cipher, used her rightfully given cipher. I cannot tell you some of the language that I've seen associated with the act of using one's cipher, um, including someone used the B word because of that. I thought that was incredibly extreme on their part, uncalled for, misogynistic, but they went there. So this girl is trending today because of that. Wish I knew her name. Uh, so this is what she posted on her reel yesterday. Remember, I said I was scared for Megan's new show and the possibility hate, the possible hate she would get because um, for some reason people want to hate on her about everything, right? And then the next one, she shares, and I guess she pondered on whether or not she wanted to keep the words private. Okay. And then the very next one, she went ahead and posted it. If you look at the timestamp there, 2 hours, and then 59 minutes. So about, let's say, an hour later, that's when she decided that she would go ahead and share the words with you. And what does the word say? I don't know because I can't see that well, but let me make it larger so I can tell you exactly what it says. Because the tabloid media was very quick to say that this was a clapback. Now, maybe my idea of what a clapback is different from other people, but here we go. Dear Amanda, I heard you were feeling scared. Don't be. This is the fun part. Let's enjoy it. As ever, Meghan. Let me repeat that one more time. Dear Amanda, I heard you were scared. You were feeling scared. Don't be. This is the fun part. Let's enjoy it together. As ever, Meghan. Now, Amanda even said that she was going to frame the letter. She said, obviously, see there, like obviously framing this because beyond shock, beyond spiraling, did I smell the paper? Yes. To own, do I want my own monogram? Yes. Am I absolutely flabbergasted and obsessed? Um, Frappuccino, yes. Um, at Meghan, you have a fan for life. Now, I don't remember seeing that part of it in the tabloid story, obviously. They didn't include the whole thing. So that's it. This is what Meghan sent her. The tabloids are calling this a clapback. Like, like you're snapping someone into reality. That's how I read clapback. So let me take a look at a couple of your comments. I think you mean lovely, right? That is a lovely note from Meghan. Uh, okay, okay. Anything to make Meghan look negative, right? No. Oh, hell no. Order some more stationery because she is a Duchess of Sussex. And for Meghan's personal correspondence, anything that does not have to do with commerce or trade, Meghan is perfectly entitled to use her cipher. She's not going to send a business letter out with her cipher, but if it's something personal, if it's something for philanthropy, then of course she's going to use her cipher. The article I saw with Clapback heading, the text was not negative. Okay. Okay. I guess Clapback to me sounds snarky. That's what it sounds like to me. So even if the article was not negative, were they using Clapback as a way to um, bring in the clickbait and engagement? I'm just trying to understand. I'm not just asking the question for the sake of it. I just want to know that I miss anything because clapback to me sounds like you're telling a person off, or you know what I'm saying? That sounds like someone who wants to set the record straight. I felt that this was like a little girl friendly message from one empowered woman to another. Don't be scared. This is the fun part, right? This is the fun part. The fun part, of course, as I read it, being you know, we're going to enjoy this together. So maybe I'm just reading clapback in the wrong way, or maybe I interpreted the wrong way. RA, thank you so much for the lovely Cash App. Greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for the Cash App. And thank you for supporting Royal Sussex. Okay. Okay, Joyce Voss, thank you. People could have used the word responded back instead of clap back. Okay, that's all I'm saying is I just thought clap back was a little over the top. All right, thank you, Esmeralda. So even if the article wasn't negative, right? And there's a few articles. And okay. Let me close this side of things out and go back to today's slides. So this is what I saw yesterday. I don't need to tell you which tabloid that was. With love, Meghan. And then, of course, that tabloid went on to say this: Meghan Markle sends podcaster handwritten note after savage takedown on her Netflix show. Beyond shock. You see what I'm saying? Now, if that was not designed to solicit some type of response where you think the article is going to be completely negative, and of course, being the Daily Mail, they had to do a whole bunch of, you know, she got 16 bathrooms, this happened, that happened. You know, they have to go over a whole bunch of things that is totally unnecessary. Oh, thank you so much, Lydia Washington. Duchess Royal was on today, and it was awesome as usual. So let me go ahead and put that link up there. You know, I'm always waiting for Duchess Royal. Okay, I'm going to pin that to the top of the chat. And then I'll talk some more about Duchess Royal because I do have a slide for that further down. Let's see. Bonnie Turner says, Baron, a clapback is a snappy, sassy. Yes. Get your crap right. Come back to something you found offensive or untrue. And they just made it seem like Meghan was coming after someone. Okay. Again, this is the fail. But I want you to see up there. Um, It says, what a day. I swear I was feeling pretty low yesterday. One of those days, then all of a sudden, husband is like, you got a letter, which I'm still mad he opened it pretty aggressively. And I'm like, what? What? This wildlife, you never know what can happen. Okay. And so, as you can see there, it says Meghan Markle sends podcaster handwritten note responding to concern. So there you can see at a certain point, it went from, because they'll post like 10 times about one thing. It went from Meghan Markle sends podcaster note after savage takedown. It turns into Meghan Markle sends podcaster handwritten note responding to concern. You see what I mean? And the whole tone of it shifted suddenly. When I saw this, I'm like, oh, they're just talking about that. And then when I saw this, I'm just like, wait, why is this taking such a weird turn? And then all of a sudden, the article or the next article softened a bit. And who knows, maybe, remember, the Sussexes has someone new on their team. You never know if they got a phone call or got some type of correspondence or something. So, okay, now this one, Meghan Markle claps back at scared podcaster. It makes it sound like Meghan was, kind of okay. Let me play that soundbite for you. That's E news, by the way. E whatever. Okay.
Just got a letter. Any guesses?
Meghan Markle claps back in writing after a podcaster said she was scared for her. The Duchess of Sussex's Netflix series With Love, Meghan has been making all sorts of headlines.
I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it, surprising people with moments that let them know I was really thinking of them.
What? This is probably one of the most glamorous moments of my life.
And one online influencer recently voiced concerns over the lifestyle show's reception before it was released. Amanda Hirsch, who hosts the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, recently left a comment under the show's trailer on Instagram, writing, "You guys, I'm scared for Meghan." Well, word of her 2 cents seems to have gotten back to Prince Harry's wife, because according to Amanda, Meghan sent her a handwritten response.
Guys, I just got a letter. And I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Started thinking what it could be. Any guesses?
She reveals the message in a March 19th post on the platform, captioned, "Oh my Duchess." In the note, Meghan says, "Dear Amanda, I heard you were feeling scared. Don't be. This is the fun part. Let's enjoy it." She signs at the bottom, as ever, Meghan. The gesture leaves Amanda reeling, and she later says on her Instagram story, like, obviously framing this, beyond shook, beyond spiraling. Did I smell the paper? Yes. Do I want my own monogram? Yes. Am I absolutely flabbergasted and obsessed? Yes. Meghan, you have a fan for life.
Okay. So like I said, I was just put off with the term clapback. I was Bear and careful, you might get a note from Mumbling Kitty. It won't be handwritten though. I read crayon. But yeah, I was just kind of taken back by the term claps back. Who is she clapping at? Who is Meghan clapping at? That's what I couldn't understand is who is she clapping at? Why would she clap back at someone who is expressing deep concern over Meghan releasing her show, especially considering how vicious people. I mean, what foresight? As she said, I'm scared, and the reason why she was scared is because of exactly what happened when the show was released. You had all of this bile and vitriol and hatred, and of course, misrepresenting things. Like, for instance, when Meghan said to use distilled water, I knew exactly what she meant. And she said, if you don't have any, boil some water. what you want to do is get that sediment and the you want to get the oxygen out of the water so that it won't make all those air bubbles and such that would cloud the ice, especially if you're going through so much trouble to add flowers to the ice just to make things pretty. Well, you want to see the flowers, don't you? But they took a very carefully clipped part of that comment, leaving out certain parts just to make it sound like Meghan declares everyone should use distilled water. So, right here, a stunt straight out of a PR playbook. Now, this is one of the. I told you they wrote about this several times yesterday. A stunt straight out of a PR playbook. Meghan Markle's handwritten note to podcaster is deliberate attempt to bask in the glow of publicity and get positive headlines after panned Netflix show. Well, that right there, who knew that this girl was going to mention the letter? Meghan sends a personal letter to someone. She didn't know that it was going to become something viral. They make it sound like Meghan was calculating the idea that this girl would go public with the letter that she sent her. Imagine how many people receive letters. Imagine how many people receive letters from Meghan and they say absolutely nothing, which is why I pointed out that, as you can see, looking at this middle photo, at first, she was not even going to share the contents of the letter. She put, and then an hour later, she decides, oh, that won't harm anything. What can go wrong? So she shares exactly what's in the letter. And the reason why she did that is because she was afraid that it would turn into something like this, where they make it sound negative. Page 6, Meghan Markle claps back at scared podcaster with cheeky handwritten note. It's left open to interpretation. Was she being cheeky or was she just trying to reassure someone who expressed concern? I didn't like it. Of course. I thought clapback was too strong of a word. Esmeralda Dillon says, Baron, I noticed the English use American phrases that don't know. Clapback, woke, leave us all alone. We are done. Yeah. Well, until I got involved with this channel, I did not know. I'm looking at the word row, like row your boat, but instead, depending on the way it's used, is row, meaning that there was some kind of falling out or heated conversation or something like that. Well, we don't use the word row like that here. It's only things from the UK where I see they say row. Well, I mean, it's the US. That means we go get our our we go and dig in the trunk of our car. We don't just have a row. It usually ends with someone in the hospital. This is the United States. It's going to end bad, okay? We don't just have rows. It's usually going to end bad. Thank you so much, Esmeralda. But yeah, I would like to believe that things were limited in such a way here in the U.S. But no, we tend to go a lot further than a row. If you have a falling out with someone here, it's probably best to get your Kevlar vest. Put your Kevlar vest on and shelter in place. That's what we do in the U.S. We get our Kevlar vest and we shelter in place. Let me see. Y'all know how we do it here in the US. It usually ends up being more than just select words, but and here's another one, People Magazine. Meghan Markle claps back with witty handwritten note to podcaster who said she was scared. But who is she clapping back at? I don't see it as a clapback. I just see it as Meghan reassuring someone. Dear Amanda, I heard you're feeling scared. Don't be. This is the fun part. It doesn't mention anyone. It's not directed toward anyone. It's not a clapback. It's reassuring someone that you don't have to be afraid. This is the fun part. Meghan is having fun with this part. She wants her to have fun with this. Let's have fun. Let's not be afraid. Let's have fun. But I guess once I'm pretty sure it started with Daily Mail, because like I said, the way they wrote about it softened over time. But the original post seemed pretty sketchy and nasty to me. But yeah, as they say, recollections may vary. But I just see it as something very different. So let's see, what do we have here? Mel Shadow Wolf, happy birthday and many happy returns of the day. I think we ought to have a salsa. Yeah, we should have our salsa. As a matter of fact, this is an excuse for all of us to stand up and stretch a bit. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. As a matter of fact, I should probably start standing up now, and maybe by then I'll be ready to move. You know, I got to warm up. Like BB King say, you made a move too soon. So, okay, here goes. Okay, thank you very much, Lydia Washington. Mel Shadow Wolf, again, happy birthday. And thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Okay. Well, thank you all for helping me work that out. Let me see. Thank you, Diane Hawkins. Okay. I don't know. I got to stop thinking about it because every time I hear clap, I'm just like, what clapback? What? That was not a clapback. That does frustrate me. But anyway, life goes on. Let's see. Why Meghan Markle decided not to film her Netflix show in her actual Montecito home. So this person had something to say about, oh, you know what? This is not about that, but a little bit. So what is her name? Oh gosh, let me see. Lex Nix is in Lex. Oh, there it is down there at the bottom. Lex Nico. You got to hear this. You guys, I am so grateful to the TikTok community. I really am. I'm almost thinking I need to start doing some TikToks. I am so grateful to the TikTok community. Um, uh, oh no, this is too funny. Okay, uh, wait, how is that wrong? Uh, okay, I'm sorry. See, every time I go to open up my well anyway, let me just get to the point of it, shall we?
Let's talk about Tracy Anderson and Goop Kitchen making this not so subtle dig at Meghan Markle in their new promo for their salad partnership. Tracy Anderson is a celebrity fitness entrepreneur. She's a very good friend and longtime friend with Gwyneth Paltrow. They posted some content today where Tracy opens it up saying, "Hi, I'm Tracy Anderson, and this is my actual kitchen." Roll the tape.
Anderson, welcome to my actual kitchen.
It is so obviously a dig to the fact that Meghan Markle did not film with Love Meghan in her actual home, and the media had a field day with this. Why?
I want to hear that beginning part again.
Let's talk about Tracy Anderson and Goop Kitchen making this not so subtle dig at Meghan Markle in their new promo for their salad partnership. Tracy Anderson is a celebrity fitness entrepreneur. She's a very good friend and longtime friend with Gwyneth Paltrow. They posted some content today where Tracy opens it up saying, "Hi, I'm Tracy Anderson, and this is my actual kitchen." Roll the tape.
Anderson, welcome to my actual kitchen.
It is so obviously a dig to the fact that Meghan Markle did not film with Love Meghan in her actual home, and the media had a field day with this. Why did they have a field day with this, you ask? Well, it's obvious. They don't like her, and they don't want us to like her. Everyone can have their opinion on Meghan. That's fine. That's not what I'm here to debate. What I'm here to discuss is the actual fact that this was so unnecessary, and it was actually so surprising coming from Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop Kitchen. Paltrow literally gave an interview to Vanity Fair, which came out yesterday, that had this quote: "When there's noise about certain women in culture, I do have always a strong instinct to stand up for them." How did we go from this quote to this in your marketing? Here's where it gets more interesting, because the article alludes to the fact that Gwyneth is actually a very hands-on CEO. She's in Slack and things like that. So you would assume she had seen this marketing before it went out. So again, I gotta ask, why this? Gwyneth also goes on to share that she has the awareness to know that we can take these shots at models and movie stars because it's fun to read, but ultimately it affects and impacts their brands that they're trying to build and the investors spending. One final time, I gotta ask, how do we go from this to this? I gotta point out, Goop Kitchen has a set kitchen. I've been in there. I filmed it. So let me be clear. Everybody is doing the set kitchen thing. It's only a conversation because it's Meghan Markle. And so the thing that gets me with this is,
By the way, the set kitchen means that it is a studio kitchen. It is not your own kitchen. So when she says set kitchen, she means that it is a studio kitchen, not someone's home.
that the media has actually created an environment where this casually thin layer of racism actually viewed as a marketing tactic and seen as an opportunity to be a part of the cultural conversation. And for more context, I was actually supposed to attend the launch event of this with a Tracy Anderson workout, and then we were going to try the salad. I ended up writing them this morning to decline. No longer aligns with my values. But I want to say, because I've worked with these people and I know that they're real people, I'm not trying to create some slam or snark video saying Goop Kitchen is racist. What I'm saying is the media has created an environment where they think that it is funny to make a dig like this for marketing purposes. It's been an opportunity to be a brand that stands on the business of women supporting other women, and you could have even filmed this in the Goop kitchen, set kitchen, and made a joke about it in a positive way. You'd be having a positive conversation versus the one we're having now, still riding the Meghan Markle coat. Despite the fact that everybody else is stepping their foot off the gas of DEI, I, as a consumer, still value it. And I, as a creator, when I see something like this, am going to talk about it.
I love her. I love her. Listen, my instincts told me that there was still something very snarky about the whole thing with Goop. To me, it implied that Meghan is only just now dipping her toe in the water of the world of, lifestyle and such. That's just the way I felt about it. But listen, that is my kryptonite. That is my weakness. If I feel like you coming for the Duchess of Sussex, I lose a bit of reason and accountability because I feel the microaggressions, those little slights, they become amplified, right? In the moment, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But then the next person and the next person will amplify it, especially anything that has to do with making Meghan look negative or aggressive. And I feel as though anything that paints Meghan as this aggressive type of person, to me, is because it's usually somehow couched in racism. That's all I'm saying. And this is what she just said, is that there's several ways you could approach this. You didn't have to, you didn't have to go there. I mean, when she said, and I did a little screenshot, when she said my actual kitchen, look at her face. Look at her face when she says this is my actual kitchen. She could have just not said anything at all. And of course, the lady that's speaking here, she did point out that Goop does have a set kitchen. It seems to me like they went out of their way to avoid the set kitchen so they could use this kitchen so that they could remind you that it is not a set kitchen, it's her own kitchen. Now, I'm not implying anything about Gwyneth Paltrow. I rather like her as a person. But what I am saying is that much like with the courtiers at Kensington Palace, at Windsor Palace or Castle, wherever those left behind royals are, you will have people within your ranks that may say too much or go too far. And because of their loyalty to you and your brand, if you are a Gwyneth Paltrow, or for the sake of argument, a Will and Kate, you're not going to chastise that person because after all, they're loyal to you. They're fighting on your behalf. They're trying to help you maintain your brand and identity. So I'm just saying, draw your own conclusions. Yeah, draw your own conclusions. That's all I can say. My actual kitchen. This is my actual kitchen. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I know this may be a bit overused, but it just seemed to me like a little microaggression. Oh well, let's move on. And this is what it's been like ever since the announcement of the show, the actual premiere of the show, there's been Meghan quietly and discreetly going about her business, doing her work. And here's the real thing that I asked myself. Does this negative publicity actually bring more eyes? Does it actually enhance the publicity? Is it like free publicity? Or is it an attempt to suppress, to slow her down, to try to disrupt, to build so much animosity? Connie Bomber! Hey, Connie Bomber. Let's see. Well, thank you, Esmeralda. Sussex warrior. People write endlessly about Meghan's house. The tabloids would post articles with Prince tags of everything in Meghan's kitchen. Yeah. I'm just not comfortable. It makes me very uncomfortable that and this is something that came out along with the show. I want to be reasonable. I want to be reasonable. I don't want to, be paranoid or anything like that. I'm trying not to be. But it's like the message I keep getting is that a woman of color having nice things, a woman of color living a soft life, living well, it seems to trigger people. And sorry, but not sorry if I don't get it right every time. Sorry, but not sorry. Because even if you do occasionally put way more into it than you really should, all of that started because of the misogyny, because of the microaggressions, or because of the overt racism. That's where it started from. And so you start to question yourself, was there any other way they could have worded that didn't sound so impolite, rude, snarky, cheeky, whatever you want to call it? But everything for me, and thank you, Susie Mom, everything for me goes back to this. Duchess Meghan is smart not to use her own kitchen. She has two little kids that is trying to that she is trying to raise. You don't want a bunch of crew members and camera equipment in their living space. Thank you, Susie Mom. Also, you don't want the general public at large in your intimate spaces that you share with your family and friends, your friends that are your family. I wouldn't feel comfortable about that. It's okay. Let's say, for the sake of argument, and I don't think this is true, but let's say for the sake of argument that you say to yourself, or you hear someone say, wow, Meghan is being super paranoid. Harry is being super paranoid. The house was listed on the realty site. Everybody knows what it looks like anyway. But everybody is not Meghan and Harry. There are some people who know that Meghan and Harry rented a cottage in the country, in the Cotswolds, beautiful part of England. The cottage was inside of an estate, meaning that there should have been no breach of privacy whatsoever, because you had to cross the outer part, or the whole of the estate. You would have to cross into someone's estate, but I think they used a drone. They used a drone to take pictures of the cottage. Okay, fine. You took a picture of the cottage. But when it went too far was that you had pictures of the inside of the cottage. If that had happened to me, I would probably keep my curtains closed most of the time. I would always wonder, I would be a bit paranoid as to who's in my house, who's looking at my house. And also this using a rented space avoids something. If for whatever reason an image of your house appears in the press, you have a crew of, let's say, 20 people. The accusations as to who showed a complete lack of integrity would blanket all 20 people because of the work of one person. So it protects Meghan, it protects her children, it protects her husband, it protects her mother, it protects anyone who's a guest of her home, with the full understanding that it would have been impossible for one of the crew members to have done this because we used a rented space. But the people that point out the fact that it is not Meghan's kitchen, they don't break it down. They will not explain everything that could go wrong by inviting 20 people that you don't know into your home. It's more important to vilify Meghan than to use some common sense. That seems to take precedence. I'm curious if let me tell you, I'm not going to lie to you. I would be a liar if I said, "Oh, if some pictures popped up of anything Harry and Meghan, I'm going to cover my eyes. I'm going to do everything I can to not see it." I want to see it too, but not at the cost of their privacy. I would rather no one sees it. But if it's available, I mean, come on. Um, I've looked at magazines, Inquirer, Star, my whole life, People magazine. Not that I got it in for the person. I'm curious. I want to know how they live. It's not out of jealousy. It's not out of hatred. I'm just curious about how they live. I think most people are. But it's the people that mean you harm or mean them harm, or the people who want to try to dig and find something to criticize. That's the reason why it's better to just avoid any of it. And because that's the world we live in, that's just the way it has to be. We have not seen much of Queen Elizabeth's personal spaces. It wasn't until after she died that people really had a chance to see any of Balmoral Castle. Somehow, Balmoral Castle has not been shared publicly since it was built. They don't really share the 50 or so rooms of Balmoral Castle. This is something new. And that's only because no royal is probably ever going to live there again. Oh, okay. Thank you, Marcia. It's something to think about. Let me see. I listed a house is different from a house being lived in by a family. Meghan's decision not to use her home is her and Harry's decision. Thank you, Joyce Foss. And everything changes with children. When there's children involved, everything is a big flat no. When there's children involved, it's one thing if I bring my children to another space, but to bring you into my children's space, especially and I don't know you, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah. Yeah, and for the haters and for the critics, it really does come down to that. They do not like, they cannot tolerate the lack of access. They just cannot stand that lack of access. They are furious about the lack of access, especially people who have become dependent upon the Sussexes to earn an income. They are the ones that are most triggered by it. So let's see, a kitchen, a Duchess and the online mob that wants her to fail. We're living in a wildly unhinged time, so unhinged that the reality feels like an over stylized black and white film, one where a billionaire oligarch can call the shots, power is auctioned off to the highest bidder, and society itself has morphed into a bitter, jilted ex, hell-bent on watching everyone fail. Which brings me to the bizarre, unrelenting discourse surrounding Meghan, formerly Markle, Duchess of Sussex. I'll admit, I don't follow her closely. I watched the Meghan and Harry documentary, and sure, there were some carefully manufactured moments, but nothing particularly sinister. Most public figures operate that way. Anyone who knows their words will be dissected and repackaged into clickbait headlines naturally calibrates their every soundbite. God, that is small. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Oh, my eyes are hurting. And I did that myself. Okay. Even those of us who aren't famous do it. We have our work personas, family personas, best friend personas, dating personas, constantly shape shifting, but who's 100% authentic 24/7? And if there's a camera, please, I act weird when the Walmart security cameras flash that it's recording. And I'm just buying a pack of Dial soap. As Meghan herself puts it in her new show, With Love, Meghan, multifaceted folks. That's what we are. When I first heard about the series, I had zero expectations, not high, not low, just curiosity. Not because I was dying to know what Meghan was up to, but because of the sheer level of online vitriol that seemed to shadow her every move. It's $1 billion industry. It is a $1 billion industry. So let me see. That article, by the way, that I just shared is in the Medium. So I'm going to pin that to the top of the chat because it's not a very long article, but it's already been an hour and I want to try to get done sooner rather than later. So let me just go ahead and pin that to the top of the chat. And if you would like to see the rest of the article, there it is right there. Okay. By the way, Connie Balmer, I just love this box that you sent me. It made it all the way here without a single blemish on it. I've never seen anything like it. It has, well, anyway, I'm going to try to take a picture of it for you guys, but it's such a beautiful box. I've never seen anything like it. It's got some illustrations on it. And of course, I am going to keep it. That is a keepsake for me. I love this box. I'm going to carefully peel those shipping stickers off of it. And yeah, it's like my new favorite thing. No, it really is. It's interesting. It really is interesting. And I'm just like, I'm looking at it now. It's got like, I guess you can say it's like folk art on it, but it's the most beautiful thing. I don't know what to say. Connie Bomber, you get me. You really understand me. I don't know how you do it, but you really understand me. You seem to know exactly what I would like. But leave it to me to be just as excited about the box as I am the contents of the box. Okay, so again, that link for this article is at the top of the chat. Now, Psychology Today. The psychology behind the Meghan Markle backlash. And go ahead and save that link that I gave you, because I'm going to throw this one at the top of the page next, or the top of the chat. But Meghan Markle has once again found herself at the center of the cultural firestorm, this time over her lifestyle series. The level of vitriol aimed at her is striking, but unfortunately not surprising. The reaction to her show highlights deeper psychological and societal issues. Our obsession with placing celebrities on a pedestal only to revel in their downfall, the dark side of the online trolling, the insidious influence of racial bias, and the ever-present sting of envy. And you know what? Let me go back to here. Let me go back to here. This one was right on target. Exactly. And again, everything associated with this person in the kitchen, her connection to Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop, it is so subtle that I can't say for certain. But that's what you call a dog whistle. Not everybody is going to hear it. Not everyone is going to hear it. And so many people are so good at a dog whistle. So I can't say for certain that something nefarious is going on, but I'm going to keep my eyes out for whatever is coming next. Because this right here might be the beginning of the end of it, or the end of the beginning. Who knows? But my actual kitchen. Yeah, I heard you, girl. My actual kitchen. We heard you. And this is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that there's a lot of people in the UK press, in the UK, universe of online. But since this show with Meghan premiered, or even before it premiered, I just would like to point out that there have been a lot of women that have come to Meghan's defense. You would think in the past there was enough that would have happened to bring out this level of support. I don't know if this is an all-time high for support of the Duchess, but because this is on Netflix, because this is a series, because it is going to have another season, there are so many more people, I believe, especially in that TikTok community, that are seizing this as a chance to make a statement about the cultural war that we're living in right now. So keep them coming. That's all I can say is keep them coming. Okay. Where did we leave off? Let's see. The pedestal effect and the dark side of online anonymity. Anonymity. Our culture loves to elevate public figures only to take pleasure in their downfall. Meghan Markle's journey from actress to duchess to one of the most scrutinized women in the modern history of is a prime example. This shift, sometimes called the pedestal effect, occurs when admiration turns into resentment the moment a public figure stops conforming to expectations. The minute the public figure stops conforming to expectations. This phenomenon is often rooted in insecurities. Seeing someone seemingly have it all can trigger feelings of inadequacy and envy. When they stumble or defy expectations, tearing them down becomes a way to reclaim a sense of control. But does it make us feel better? It may provide a momentary high, but it reinforces negative thought patterns and deepens societal divisions. Meghan is good at lifestyle, you guys. That's something she does very well. That's something she's interested in. Being, and this is my words, not hers, but being a guru for living well, not being rich and buying whatever you want, not hiring a trainer or going to an esthetician or whatever, but for your financial level, for your financial abilities, everyone can do little things to live better than today than they were yesterday. That is the whole point of it. And so there was a few times where I could see Meghan wanted to cover it all, like the thing with the still water. If you don't have still water, you can boil water. She's being very careful to be inclusive and to consider that not everyone has the privilege that she has. And it's a discipline. It is really a discipline saying what needs to be said in a way that won't isolate or alienate other people. So let me take this link and I'll put that at the top of the chat. So if you want the one that's up there now, go ahead and grab it. I need to put these on the community post, and I will do that later. So if you don't get a chance to save it now, don't worry. I will put them on a community post later so that you'll be able to finish these articles because they are fascinating. So that is the one I just shared with you, the Psychology Today. Okay, and just to give myself a reminder, I'm going to take a couple of screenshots now and put them in my photo album so that I will remember to share them. So yeah, if you can't grab them now, don't worry. I will put them on the community post. You see where it says post on the menu when you're, go through the Royal Sussex menu and it will be there. Okay. Now, Meghan Markle sends painful message to royals one more time. Meghan Markle sends painful message to royals. That's a bitter pill to swallow. Okay, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to say, and I hope they choke on it. But But that's how I feel. I hope they choke on it. Let's see. Meghan Markle says that after the release of her panned Netflix series, Meghan Markle will be back shortly with a new podcast. The one royal experts say the Duchess of Sussex's latest move sends a very painful message. Meghan Markle is setting the payment of the pan, It's repeating. Okay. This month, she has seen lifestyle show With Love Meghan hit streamers top 10, despite the fact she has been savaged by the critics. Not only that, it has been announced that the show will also be returning for a second series later this year. Then came the news that the Duchess of Sussex is also launching a new podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, which will see her have candid conversation with amazing women about the success and struggles of their businesses. In other words, women helping women. The podcast has been created as part of a deal Meghan signed last year with Limonada Media, which said listeners would hear unfiltered stories behind the successes of notable female founders. And according to royal expert and historian Dr. Tessa Dunlap, despite the brutal criticism Meghan has faced, she has had the last laugh. She told the Mirror, that Tessa Dunlap, that is, told the Mirror how the world has loved to hate on Meghan for her serialized version of perfection with Love Meghan. And see, that right there, perfection. Meghan has said this is not, look at me clapping back. I'm literally clapping. This is not about perfection. She literally opens the series. This is not about perfection. She is not Martha Stewart. She does not have a team of people preparing food where she just throw ingredients around. No, she's cooking it herself. I'm sure of this because she cooked that lemon olive cake. She cooked the banana bread. She's cooking this food. She likes to cook. She likes to feed people. Anyway, it has even inspired a new verb, to hate watch. The Duchess of Sussex has become the catch-all for our feelings of inadequacy and jealousy. How dare she size millions of views before settling down to another episode of yet more hate watching. There is something deliciously ironic about the fact that Meghan has devised a creative strategy, including an Instagram account with 2.5 million followers, that weaponizes all those haters and turn their clicks into profit. Well done, her. Now, this is someone's opinion, of course. Cue the giant algorithm. Cue the giant algorithm that has brought the Duchess international success and abundant wealth, despite or perhaps because of the dismal reviews and universal loathing. With Love Meghan sits proudly in Netflix global top 10. Not bad for a one-time bit part actress in a B-list series called Suits. Okay, unacceptable. Suits has evolved into a global phenomenon. It's almost as though the person who wrote this has conveniently overlooked the fact that Suits was outstreaming some of the ready-made new series that are out. But don't ever let the truth inconvenience an opportunity to write something negative. A second With Love Meghan series has already been commissioned and filmed. More Perfect is in the pipeline, and the beginning of April will see the launch of another podcast series, Confessions of a Female Founder with Meghan. This is a very short article. And Tessa adds that with all of the projects in the pipeline, Meghan is sending a very telling message, especially to the royals. This is really all I wanted to hear. She added, lest the haters are in any doubt as to the company they keep, it was US President Orange Menace who announced that he will leave Harry alone during his beleaguered American visa application because he's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible. Of course, they'd added that in there just for a little extra negativity. As for viewers back in Britain, Meghan's media triumph will be a bitter pill to swallow for someone to swallow secretly. Too many of us wanted Meghan to fail. Too many of us wanted Meghan to fail. She stole our prince and dissed our first family and ran away with titles and tittle tittle tattle to the United States, where she has made a go of it. Proof that there really is life after the royal family. That was it. Most of that article was revisionist, negative, but you have to get through all of that just to hear Meghan has had the last laugh. Let's see. Thank you for your daily dose of truth. Well, thank you for the buy me a coffee. Thank you very much. R. Carter, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't get many of those buy me a coffee. Oh, and by the way, someone sent me a Venmo. Thank you so much for that. I get a Venmo like once every 3 months. Actually, I think it's longer than that. So thank you for remembering that I have a Venmo, whoever that was. I was surprised. And it's probably been there for a while. I didn't even notice it because I never look at the Venmo. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot to go to the next slide. Oh, yeah, I'm in. It is here. So, oh, and that's what I was just sharing was from that article. Now, you guys, this one is a little long. It's about 5 minutes long, but you all have seen this girl before. She is so good. She's a life coach. And you know what? There's a lot of people who call themselves certain things that they're really not. And when you hear them talk about some of the things that they say they are, and you're just like, are you really? I could believe that this person is a real life coach. She sounds incredibly legitimate to me. But yeah, there's a lot of people who announce what they are because they're really going to replicate what other people actually do, right? I mean, everybody, well, I'm not even going to say some of the titles because I don't want to get in trouble. But there's a lot of people that say that they are this or they are that. And I guess it's okay to try to, use positive thinking and stuff like that. But I usually think it's better to do and then throw the title out there instead of throwing the title out there before you actually do it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of us who can say we're a life coach, but there are a few people who I would say is the classic definition of a life coach. So I think this person is truly what she says she is. So anyway, let's get to the whole point of it.
The Meghan hate business is backfiring. The Meghan hate business is backfiring. Let me explain why. The misinformation campaign against With Love Meghan that's been on Netflix was meant to discourage people from watching. Instead, many are watching out of curiosity. So they are doing the opposite of what the smear campaign intended. People are tuning in out of curiosity and realizing how manufactured and forced the outrage is, the nitpicking, the showing clips out of context, the twisting of the words, the over-the-top reactions. It all exposes the business of hate on Meghan in real time. And people who were previously indifferent are now beginning to realize how toxic and pathetic all this outrage is. Now, let's be real. Hating Meghan is $1 billion industry. Entire platforms, entire social media pages are obsessively picking apart every detail of her life. They're even fabricating and lying and making up drama because they need to feed their audience outrage. But now people are waking up to their grift. And it's not unusual for people on this platform in particular, and thank you to those TikTokers for actually bringing in whatever's been said and saying you are lying because of XYZ. So, for example, was when Meghan Sussex was talking about making ice cubes using pretty flowers. And she said, ideally, use distilled water. But if you can't get distilled water, just boil the water. And that should get rid of some of the impurities that make that form cloudiness, and then use that. So essentially, the reason she mentioned distilled water was so you can see the flowers. What's the point of making ice cubes and the water is cloudy and you can't see the flowers? So she said, but on the other hand, if you can't afford distilled water, get water that you've boiled. But some people were taking that little clip. Oh my God, she wants us to use distilled water in this economy. Fake outrage, and they are being called out right now by many content makers on this app. The irony is that the more they try to smear her, the more people actually watch her, listen to her, and see the truth for themselves. And it looks like this hate machine is running into a brick wall, because I remember saying this many, many years ago on my account in Twitter, that the downfall of a certain family and their stands and the haters will be the over smearing. Because think about it, one American woman versus 1,000-year institution. How can you say that this one woman caused this much havoc? Many of us who have worked in corporate environments, we know exactly what they put her through, and we know exactly what they're doing to her by smearing her. And it reminds me of a saying that I saw recently where somebody said, they will cause your tears and then offer you tissue to clean those tears, and then gaslight you into thinking you are making everyone uncomfortable by your tears. And that's exactly what they've done to Meghan Sussex. And is there a lesson here for anybody? If you are building a business, keep going. I say this all the time. Focus, ignore the noise, whether praise, whether you're being torn apart, ignore the noise and keep building. One foot in front of the other, keep going, be resilient, be persistent, and you will get there in the end. My name's Elizabeth. I'm a life coach and I'm a business coach. And I'm also the author of a book called The Luxpreneur: how to start and build a successful luxury brand. I'm trying to build a community of like-minded women on this app. If you enjoy my insights, please share, please like, and please follow for more.
You see what I mean? I believe she's everything that she says she is. You can just hear it. Absolutely brilliant. Susie Mom, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here tonight. It's had a completely different outcome from what they expected, that they were going to. They are in panic mode. The Left Behind Royals, the Royal Rota, so-called royal experts, they're in panic mode. And of course, the hateful content creators and the derangers, the just usual keyboard warriors, the people that are only brave from the anonymity of their keyboards. They are in panic mode. They don't want people to see the real Meghan. This is just unacceptable. Now, I was making a point earlier. I said, okay, I am hypersensitive about anything to do with Meghan. And sometimes I'm sure I overreact. I don't apologize for it. And a non-squatty who watched the Harry and Meghan docuseries said, it just seemed kind of cheesy. It seemed kind of biased. And I cut right through that. I said, listen, there's an army of people on a daily basis, 24 hours a day. God knows how many articles in a day that are negative toward Harry and Meghan, with a particular emphasis on Meghan. They just, they go after Meghan to hurt Harry. They go after Meghan because they don't like who she is. She's the wrong race. She's the wrong person. They go after her for a lot of reasons. So you're telling me the one time that they can openly express themselves on their own terms and tell their side of the story, you want to bring in a bunch of experts. You want to bring in a bunch of talking heads to say the other side of the story while they're telling their own story. I don't want to see what the haters have to say. Unless we're pointing out the hate itself, I don't need this to be fair and balanced. I need Harry and Meghan to tell their story, to tell their truth. People don't know enough to know that Meghan and Harry telling their truth buys them a certain level of protection. It puts on public record the lying, the scheming, the mistreatment that they suffered. Why should someone suffer in silence? That's what an abuser wants you to do, is suffer in silence so that they don't look bad to the rest of the world and they can go on abusing without any disruption. The one time that they tell their side of the story, a documentary that doesn't criticize them in any way, it merely points out this is what we experienced, in our opinion. This is how we see it. Warts and all. So I don't want it to be balanced. The other side has every opportunity to tell their story. They can lift up the Left Behind Royals and tear down the Sussexes all in the same YouTube video or podcast or whatever. So I'm not trying to be fair. So where that's concerned, I'm completely unhinged. I will owe up to it, and I don't apologize for it. Hey, Church Nelly. Okay. All right. Anyway, she's good. Luxury business guru. That is what she uses on TikTok. Now, okay, I'll come to this in a minute. Let me take a look at a couple of your comments and then we'll change to something else here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they have Harry and Meghan is incredibly outnumbered, and the people that support them, I'm sure a lot of people want to speak on their behalf more often, but that only makes a bad situation worse because then that person opens himself up to this level of scrutiny. It would take a billionaire like Oprah Winfrey, who has experienced a lot of this treatment herself. And there are some people who are not familiar with the early days of Oprah, but I am. And Oprah's siblings sold her out. Some of Oprah's so-called friends sold her out. They sold their stories, said all kind of terrible things about her. And whether they're true or not, those people were profiting from hatred. But because Oprah is who she is, she can help Harry and Meghan tell their stories without worrying about any repercussion because been there, done that. Plus, Oprah owns a big stake in CBS television. So been there, done that. Thank you, Sean Jones. Let me see. Princess Diana didn't tell enough of her story. Now everything that happened to her is a mystery. Exactly what the degenerate royal family wanted. Mary H., that is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for that. That is brilliant. Princess Diana didn't tell enough of her story. Now everything that happened to her is a mystery. And of course, there's not much by way of people defending Diana. There's very few people defending Diana. And some of the people who should defend her legacy, defend her memory, like Ken Wharf, is making money from her. Paul Burrell, or Barrow, whatever his name is, he's making money from her. There's a lot of people that knew her that is making profit by telling people, I mean, what sense does it make? Diana has been dead all these years, and sometimes on a weekly basis, you can find people who was in her inner circle, who supposedly knew her and such. They will find themselves being called upon for documentaries, television interviews, op-ed pieces. There's only so many hours in the day, so many days of a year. I mean, how close could you have possibly have been to Princess Diana that you're such an expert on her intimate thoughts and feelings. Just asking. Mm-hmm. Yep. So many messages. As a matter of fact, where is it? Where is it? Let me see. 18, 17. Oh, I think it was 16. Uh, where is it? You know what I'm looking for, right? Okay, wait, give me a second. I gotta find it. It's like one of my new favorite things. What day was that? That was 18. Okay. There we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Like the Prince Harry halftime show, right? Hello, Ivy here. Yeah, just like the Prince Harry halftime show, loaded with lots of messages, metaphors, and such. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Loaded with lots of metaphors and such. Okay. Isn't that fun? I love that. Isn't that fun? Okay. Although I have to say, Kendrick Lamar is not that tall. He's not that tall. You can just kind of tell when someone's not that tall, even on television. You can kind of tell. You a shouty. You is a shouty. But that's okay. Any deficits to his height is definitely made up with talent. He is quite the wordsmith. Yeah, he is quite the wordsmith. All right, we're going to move on to something else. Oh, really? Okay. Let me see if I can remedy that. Okay, do that. And okay, I'm going to show you the original photo. There we go. That is the original photo. Kendrick Lamar. Oh, really? Are you trying to say I can play the music and I won't get in trouble? Thank you for that. All right. Okay, so the perfect tee, a perfect addition to your wardrobe day and tonight, an effortless elegance you can't miss, made sustainably from the softest fibers on earth. This classic will effortlessly elevate any look. So yeah, anything that Meghan wears is usually from something sustainable, something natural, and of course, a worthy business that deserves support. So that's usually the direction that her uh, wardrobe goes. And check this out. These are things that were inspired by With Love Meghan, like that charcuterie board or the coup d'etat board, the bowl, which would be nice for anyone who, actually, I don't know how large decoratives, oh yeah, is made of concrete. So I think that bowl is like the one that she gifted those um, jars of preserve. So if you want to put together something like that, um, that decorative bowl is definitely a way to do it. Especially when Megan's products come out. If you want to gift those products to someone, you could go ahead and grab that bowl and fill it up with things that says, "I'm thinking about you." You know what? I want to see exactly what size that bowl is. Uh, yeah, I like to know how wide it is. But remember, Megan had the preserves. She had the lemons from her garden and such. Just remember that if you can find the lemons with the leaves on it, which is probably impossible if you go to a grocery store, but you could always find an alternative type of plant and add that to it, just to give it that look. Okay. Okay, so what is that? YMXYJM bowl? Okay, large decorative bowl. Yeah, it's large decorative concrete bowl, handcrafted bowl for home decor. And what is the dimensions? Okay, products dimension 10.5 inches, whatever that is in the metric system, and 4 inches high. Well, that can't be the right one. Do they have one that's bigger? I mean, maybe it is 10 inches. Maybe it is the right one. But made of concrete. Huh, okay. I think 10.5 is a good standard size. Wow, they got one in black. A black concrete bowl. Now that is stunning. On a pedestal. Okay, I'm guessing that's the one that Megan used. All right, let's move on. And of course, Le Creuset. What could I say? Le Creuset. Time to, well, listen, the toxic press needs to stop airbrushing Catherine to such ridiculous extents. And I believe this is from one of her supporters. We know she's not a young 20 something anymore. She's 40 and a mother of 3. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. The airbrushing has reached a point, you know, and I'm not trying to be shady, but it has reached a point. It creates an unattainable expectation, especially for anyone who's over 40. If you're over 40 and you look over 40, so be it. There's nothing wrong with that. I always say, I don't hate Kate Middleton. I have no hatred for her. Sometimes I get a little frustrated because she has benefited from this hate campaign. And to the best of my knowledge, I feel secure in saying she has actively participated with toxic behavior, like, you know, almost mocking Meghan by dressing like Meghan, wearing your hair like Meghan. And there's a lot of things that I could point out that she's done that are not by chance. It was deliberate, and it was a way to strike out against Meghan. That's just my opinion. The toxic press needs to stop airbrushing Catherine to such a ridiculous extent. We know she's not a 20 something anymore. She's 40 and a mother of three. Nothing wrong with that. Submitted by Anonymous. Is it just me, or do many recent photos of the Duchess of Cambridge look heavily photoshopped? Take the Top Gun premiere. Even in scrolling through this Tumblr, there seems to be a vast discrepancy in the images. Some of the ones posted by news outlets such as Vogue make her face seem much more youthful and also unrealistic. I feel conflicted pointing this out because I could write a dissertation on how women are held to unfair standards. She is beautiful either way, but I just wonder about this. Here's another case in point. People magazine Kate reclaims her role. That's the People magazine. That is like a 20-something-year-old face, you know. And then on the right side, that was the reality. That was the reality. Royal photographers do Kate Middleton a great disservice by constantly photoshopping her face and not letting her age in grace. Hey, Legs. Where's Legs? There we go. Legs wants to say hi to a few people. Another one. They have bleached that image on the left side to the point where it almost looks ethereal. It looks like a scene in a movie where a person has become a ghost and they are speaking beyond the grave. That's what it looks like. It's a ghost-like image. And of course, these are the images that don't really make the cut. They are available for purchase, but of course, only the favorable images are used in the big magazines. Well, Getty, I'm not going to blame Getty for that, because when you buy these photos, you can enhance them any way you choose after the fact. So it's not necessarily Getty or any other service. Like the one on the left, People Magazine, they were the ones who decided to make that a cover photo and to soften her appearance. That was a choice they made. Yeah, that was a choice that they made. Yeah, it almost looks like a Hallmark movie where they have that, what do you call it? Let's go there. Where they have that kind of filter that makes everything look like it's a dream. Exactly. And of course, you know, that's the real Kate. That is the real Kate. And somehow they have a characterization of Kate that they share in the news articles and such, and then there's the real Kate. Let me see. Yeah. Well, I told you guys many times, you could see the strain of what palace life is doing to her. This is not a well woman. I don't mean not physically well, mentally well. She is not well. And whoever is encouraging her to maintain this competition with someone who is, you know, in a whole nother league, right? It's not authenticate to run a business. It is not authenticate to communicate with people, especially a group of people. Kate is better sitting at a table, listening, saying the occasional word. That's her strong suit. Accepting flowers in the crowd, that's a strong suit. But to try, I mean, since 2023, I think that she has given maybe one or two public speeches. Even when she went to Denmark, there were no public comments. At some point, you would think that a royal princess would have addressed the public, but basically, she went to Denmark and did the same things that she would do back home on a typical outing, smiling, waving, and sitting at a table with people. And really, it's to her detriment because it does not inspire much. She just does not inspire. And for that matter, the whole family, they literally have to bus in a bunch of kids to try to elevate a situation, to give them something to react to so that they look positive and happy and engaged. They clearly know. They always Photoshop her to look younger. The tabloids always have to Photoshop Meghan to look uh, conniving, evil, disgusted, etc. Meghan always reverted to her soothing face to give them nothing. Yeah, there is a public face, and I learned about that from Julia Roberts. She was on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and she has this certain face that she uses in public so that they don't um, you know, have those photos that they can reference to show you looking a certain mood and such. And I actually shared one of those earlier. Um, I'll show you exactly which one. Oh, this one. Look at how Megan looks on the right side there. Or better yet, how about this one? Thank you, Legs. See there? Megan looking outraged. They love that photo. One thing's for sure, she looks beautiful. If that's her outrage, she looks absolutely beautiful. So yeah. Where was I? Let me get back to where I left off. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me get to. Oh, anyway, I'll go ahead to the next thing. So, king of selfies. Oh, the selfies. All of those things that they were so hypercritical with Meghan. Prince William meets Estonians during visit to Tallinn today, and there he is doing all those selfies, smiling and grinning and carrying on. Nice, good for him. And then something happened. Not king of selfies, awkward moment. Prince William drops royal fans' iPhone wallet, causing crowd to gasp during visit to Estonia. Yeah, that doofus dropped somebody's phone. That doofus dropped somebody's phone. And look at what he's wearing. He's wearing his Patagonia jacket, some relaxed trousers, and when he's really trying to be young and hip, he'll wear those white bottom shoes. That's him really being hip. Gone are the overcoats and suits and such. Yeah, he's just like everybody else. And then there's this a wonderful visit. The one of UK's best known and loved uh, rapeseed oil suppliers. The Queen was joined in the farm's kitchen by Chef Paula, is it McIntyre, who led a slow food cookery demonstration. Gee, I wonder how she wound up in the kitchen. Just happened to be in the kitchen, huh? Just happened to cook something. I wonder what inspired that, or am I just being sarcastic? What was the inspiration to get the queen consort cooking? I think we know what it was. Yes, Vinnie Blair, the Crown Princess Lenore addressed Parliament at age 17. She is now 19 and regularly gives speeches. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And I hate to say it, but in comparison to someone who has been around the British royal family for over 20 years, over 20 years of hanging around that family, and for 20 years, it's just like if you're 43, and you still can't speak Welsh, even though you know you're destined to be the Prince of Wales. That is inexcusable, unforgivable. Just like someone whose only goal in life was to be a queen consort, and yet you still cannot address the public. Lazy. And it's really comes down to laziness. That's all it is. It's just that she's lazy. Uh-oh, there's another one? Lost invite. Zendaya's half-sister fears she'll be snubbed from wedding over rift, but family still loves down-to-earth Tom Holland. The half-sibling claims she's been pushed out by the family. Let me see. Down there it says, So Latanja Coleman, 51, who shares a father with Kazimbi Ajamu Coleman, with Zendaya revealed that she has only seen the Dune Star 28 once in the last 7 years. Gosh, that sounds familiar. And also the age difference. The age difference. I mean, come on. It seems to me like she's old enough to be Zendaya's mama. The only thing that they have in common is the daddy. And just like Meghan, Zendaya took a photo with her. Um, you know, and how could she know years later that that photo would be used as some means to prove that she's not a good sister to her half sister? Oh, anyway, poor Zendaya, her estranged half sister is just like Hot Wheels. Yeah, just like Hot Wheels. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A story old as time, isn't it? A story as old as time. And of course, somewhere out there, Samantha is singing, I've written a postcard to Daddy. His address is somewhere in the Philippines. I've written to tell him that I love him and send me some money by any means. uh, yes, I've written a postcard to Daddy. His address is somewhere in the Philippines. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so right. Don't forget Obama's half brother. Same energy. Yep. Jealous, hateful, spiteful, and sold out to the tabloids. Absolutely. You're so right about that. You guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It's how we keep the lights on. Now, she did it again. She did it again. Uh, the Duchess Royal, she has done it again. She produced another one of those outstanding videos. Now, on social media, she uses the name Glow, but this one was great. I always watch those videos twice. I always feel like I missed something, but I have said it so many times. I'll say it again. If you have trouble trying to explain things, this Glow's videos are a great resource because she does a complete timeline of events. And this timeline, actually, she goes back to January of 2024. Now, if you recall, in late 2023, Meghan told Variety that there's so many things coming up in 2024. I wish I could talk about them, but I cannot. But she said she was so excited for 2024. And that statement did not just happen. It was true. She really meant that. It wasn't just hype. In 2024, we had the tour of Nigeria, Colombia. There was the countdown to the Invictus Games visit to Canada. There was a lot that happened, and it was fantastic. It was monumental. And I would say post royal family, that was their best year. And this year is going to be even greater. It's going to be even greater. But yeah, so the videos are very well made. The wording, perfect. Not one single thing is left out. She always says just enough. Oh, let me go ahead and put the link up there. Oh, thank you. Lydia Washington has it here. So I will post that at the top of the chat. There we go. So again, you can watch it tonight. You can watch it tomorrow, whenever. Let me see how long it is, because sometimes when we're doing work around the house or driving or something like that, we want a little company. We want something interesting to listen to. So it's 56:24. So just under an hour long, and it is fantastic. So it's called this video what did she title the video? January Meghan. January Meghan take over Prince Harry versus Murdoch. Will and Kate go to work, and Charles' hypocrisy. So that's what she covers in that video. So it starts for January 2024, and it takes us through to January 2025 and beyond. And as usual, great video, great resource. Right? Whenever I see that that there's a new video from Duchess Royal, I get excited. I do. I get excited. I'm still ill and stayed home and caught Glow Live today. Fantastic, simply brilliant. Duchess Royal is a benchmark for sure. Sussex Team Warrior, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Yeah, I won't give you a whole bunch of suggestions of what to do because I'm sure you're on top of it, but just know that we are with you. You have the love and prayers of your Sussex family. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. That's how I need Harry to walk into his brother's coronation. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yep. That's what I need Harry to do. Are you really going to do it? Are you really going to do it? That's what I need for Harry to do. Now, Niles Gardner, people have found some alter ego images, some alternative images, now that somebody has been caught out allegedly using a burner account. Yes, a burner account. There's an image of Niles back in high school, still has that 5 o'clock shadow. There's Niall there on the right, looking like she should be at a pie baking contest. And of course, tropical tropical Niall. And of course, middle-aged lesbian talk show Niall. Yeah, middle-aged lesbian talk show host Niall. That is a creature. I mean, that is a scientific experiment gone wrong. It really is. What a beast! An absolute beast of a person. It looks like someone had somehow gotten some sales, some live sales from the late actor Jonathan Winters, right? And they cloned Jonathan Winters, and this is what happened. Jonathan Winters. I mean, seriously, that looks like the late actor Jonathan Winters. I'll prove it. I'll prove it. Looks just like him. Hold on a second. I'll show you. I'll show you. When I see these things, I can't not see them once I see them. See what I mean? See what I mean? The spitting image of Jonathan Winters. Somebody has gotten a hold of some of Jonathan Winters' living DNA and cells and created this monster out of it. Yeah, created some type of monster. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And then, of course, the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper. I promise you, I don't like her. I don't like her. She's the gatekeeper. Rebecca English, who has devoted whatever's left of her life in the service of that family. She won't admit to it. She pretends to be unbiased. I love when she said, "Oh, there's some things that we asked them that would be so uncomfortable. They don't necessarily want to have us around." Why wouldn't you? You do everything that they tell you to do. Everything. The way she followed Harry around the world in the past, only only to be such a hateful person in the present. You never know what type of animosity a person has for you, what evil that they're capable of. And I am saying I do believe she is capable of evil. Some of the things that she says. And of course, some of the things that I just believe are untrue. Oh, I happen to have saw um, William driving toward the hospital. At first, she tried to sell us on this idea that William would move heaven and earth, her words, not mine, to be by Kate's side. She is the ringleader, the one who has orchestrated this whole idea that there is some type of loving, affectionate relationship between William and Kate. When the truth is something very different. I don't even suspect they live in the same household. There's so many inconsistencies, but she would prostrate herself. She would throw herself over train tracks to save those two, to save the monarchy. I just hope for the lonely life that she has and for everything that she's gone through. I hope that they're paying her well for the work that she's doing. I really do. Because she deserves it. She would sacrifice herself for that institution. And she's not the only one. Truth Serum, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, she's shady. She is shady. Oh, but I saw the other day I think she managed to cross her legs again. Yeah, I think she managed to cross her legs again. What? Church Nelly say Nana is moving up. She can do what is that? A shine wig now. She could do yeah, shine. Oh, shine. I'm never sure how to pronounce that. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you very much, Church Nelly, Lydia Washington, Cookies and Cream, Adrian Burrows, Anastasia Leggs, Sherry Ware, Elaine Parker, and on occasion, BS Speaks Royal. But yeah, I'm done. If you want to stick around for a little bit, Gail Tapscott, thank you so much for being here. Oh, are you speaking about this person? He actually looks like that older female UK singer on Britain's Got Talent, Susan. Oh yes, I can see a little Susan Boyle. Yeah, I can see a little Susan Boyle. I see it. Okay. Good night, Pamela Vickers Tuttle. Thank you so much for being here. And you guys, please don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Let me take a little peek at Twitter and see if anything has popped up. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything, but I'm looking. You know, sometimes there's those last minute late night posts. And sometimes I love when we're finishing up, excuse me, and Harry and Meghan pop up with some photos. Love that. Oh, is it true that today they said it was the end of the Department of Education? Someone told me that earlier. Oh, and you know what? If you would have, okay, on election day, if you had invested $10,000 to buy shares of Tesla, it is now worth about $5,200. And also, this may be good news or bad news to some people. They said that Elon Musk is only slightly wealthier than Jeff Bezos. Also, they said that if the stock goes down to a certain level, that they will call the margins. I don't know what that means, but they say it's like the movie. Oh, by the way, let me get that monster off the screen. They say it's like the movie Trading Places. Okay. If you know Trading Places, then I don't have to expand upon that. If you know Trading Places, they said that if they call the margins, he'll be in a whole lot of trouble. He'll be broke. Oh, okay. Okay. The executive order. Okay. Thank you, Marshar. Ah, Lisette, thank you so much for being here. Anything Catherine can do, Meghan can do better. Anything Catherine can do, she can do it better than you. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Yeah. Well, let me share. I saw a picture earlier and I kind of laughed about it, but I didn't tell you what it was, but let me share it with you now. So they said that the Speaker of the House is from Louisiana, right? And they said, is he really sure that he wants to end the Department of Education? Is that really wise to do? Louisiana? Let me see. Let me see, Louis. Yeah, that is misspelled, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's misspelled. Yeah, they misspelled Louisiana. Yeah, they better keep the Department of Education open. Let me see. Louisiana. Louisiana. That is the very proud state of Louisiana. I'm sorry, Louisiana. The proud state of Louisiana. Okay, let me get that off of there. Oh, okay. Yeah, they left out the other I. Everyone, please continue to pray for the Sussexes, each other, and the world. Thank you, Cookies and Cream. Yeah, kind of ironic, isn't it? Kind of ironic. Louis Nana. Okay, let me take another little look at the Instagram. Let me see what's new. All right, doesn't look like there's any last minute surprises. I would like to see the Sussexes have like a date night or something. Hmm, okay. Well, I guess that's it, you guys. If you have any last thoughts or comments, go ahead and put them up. Yeah, Lily's hands and Archie's little foot. Oh, yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be so nice. Oh, but it would be hell to pay for her. Yeah, I doubt if she would do that, but I would hope so. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. That would be very cool. Yeah, I couldn't imagine who is going to be on the next season of With Love, Megan, but I am looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. But yeah, that family, they would have, oh God, it would be hell to pay. So I doubt if she would do that. But, and of course, they don't ever want to have a conversation about, um, how they relate and what they've been to each other in the past. You know what I mean? Because all of that would be picked apart. All of that would be picked apart. Yeah, every day, Adrian, every day, there's another story about them erasing Black history. Erasing Black history. And of course, these things are from the public domain because if it's a government social media um, platform, they're removing them. And if they're doing that publicly, who knows what they're doing behind the scenes, to the actual records. This is the big purge. This is the big purge. And they want to downplay the importance of African Americans in the history of the United States. They really want to downplay that. They want to eliminate that history. If I had my choice, I would say Dolly Parton. I would love to see Dolly Parton. Let me see. What about Katy Perry? Blah, blah, blah. Or Zendaya. That would be fun. Or and let's remember, it doesn't have to be one person. It could be a trio. Good night, Mary H. How about Church Nelly? Church Nelly, yeah, I would like to see Meghan and Church Nelly. Because the fun part is going to be when Church Nelly's wig gets caught on the pot rack. You know how they have those pots hanging from the ceiling? When Church Nelly's wig get caught on one of those hooks, now that's going to be the fun part. Or Church Nelly close her wig in the cabinet door. That would be fun. Or how about when Church Nelly go to dig in her purse and her flask falls out on the countertop. Now that would be fun. Or Church Nelly dropping her switchblade, right? Meghan asked Church Nelly to cut some tomatoes, and all of a sudden, Church Nelly pulls out that blade. Seamlessly, of course. That would be fun. Oh, that's a good one, Melba. That's a good one. And you know what? We find out that day that Meghan has 2 waffle makers. Yes, tangerine squeeze. I love it. Yes, Melba. That would be so good. That would be so good. Okay, tangerine, that is the best one of all. I think you have run away with this. Not that it was a competition, but I think that would be the best. Melba. Yeah, Doria. It would be nice to see Doria. Um, hmm. Or what about Prince Harry? What about Prince Harry? Or let me see who else would be good. Um, hmm. Um, hmm. Oh, what's her name? The nah, not that one. And I'm sure Beyonce would never make an appearance. Yeah. Although that would be cool to have Beyonce on. But I don't think Beyonce does stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, well, there's nothing. He's a lame duck, right? Trump is a lame duck. He can do whatever he wants to. He has already proven that he is above the law. He is above the law. There is no mechanism at all that can go against him. Nothing. He is above the law. So, I mean, this man has broken so many norms, so many traditions, and of course, has broken the law, essentially broken the law. But nothing is going to happen. Mm. Yeah, Beyonce is very intentional. She is very intentional, and her brand is to be aloof and to show up when it is most necessary, when it is most beneficial. Um, she certainly doesn't want to oversaturate herself. Beyonce has successfully elevated herself above just about everybody in the music industry. And I'm not saying that she is above other people. I'm not saying she's better than anyone, but for Beyonce to show up is almost like an event itself for her to show up. Hmm. Well, I'm trying to think who else would I like to see there. Oh, what about Patrick J. Adams and his wife? What about the two of them showing up? Or how about the cast of Suits? Huh? What about the cast of Suits? I know this is like way bigger than anything, but a Suits reunion? Now we know that ain't gonna happen, but boy, that would be fun. Yep, the cast of Suits. Wait, YM Droid is here? Oh, Michelle Obama. Good one, good one. Yes, yes, Michelle Obama. Or I'm pretty sure that it would be way too political, but what's her name? Stacey Abrams? Is that her name? Stacey Abrams? Oh, that's a good one. Ashley. Um, mm-mm-mm. Yeah, this is fun to think about. This is fun to think about. Uh, hmm. Who said Jasmine Crockett? Oh my god. Oh my god, that would be so funny. Hmm. Well, and of course, whoever she invites, it doesn't have to be about them cooking. It's a lifestyle show, so it doesn't have to surround cooking alone because it is a lifestyle show. Or let's think about some of the entrepreneurs that she's encountered, like the lady from Clever Blend, um, the lady with the hair serum. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a few other people. And you know what would really, really cause problems? Allison, what's her name? Allison Hammond, is it? She was already on though, right? I told y'all I cannot I can't be seen publicly with the Sussexes. I can't because all of a sudden they would start going through my channel and a lot of things would pop up like this or this. Hello, is this the Daily Mail? Senior Royal here. Or how about this one? 1992, a year that I shan't look back upon with undiluted pleasure. Yeah. Yeah, there's too many things that would pop up. So probably best that I keep my distance from the Sussexes. Yeah. I mean, I didn't say it so much about um, his two aunties, Auntie Edwina, and of course, Afro Annie. It'd be too much explaining to do. So, yeah. Too much explaining. Yeah, probably shouldn't. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, Chef Jose Andreas. Yeah, Chef Andreas. Or the girl with the charity from the fires. The girl that has that charity. Mm, yeah. I just I'd rather not. I would never want to cause them any embarrassment. Oh yeah. The Earl Spencer's daughter. Or Diana's sisters. Yeah, but I still think that Melba would be the best. Melba could make some of her famous chicken and waffles and some of those other dishes. Now that's the one where I know that Harry would probably do a cameo. Harry would probably end up doing a cameo over Melba's. Oh, okay. Okay. Woo! You know, there would have to be a massive, massive apology. And I would say it would definitely benefit Kitty more than anybody else. I don't know about Patty. I don't know about Patty because Patty, she's getting to that age where she says stuff she really shouldn't. Patty be telling people dirt, be telling, yeah. She'd be to say something about somebody, not necessarily the Sussexes, but yeah, she kind of let slip a bit here and there. So, as much as I love her personality and everything, I'm not sure that, you know what I'm saying? She kind of let things get away from her and she didn't say it too much. But of course, there's, what's her name? Washington. Um, Gosh, why I can't remember her first name. The one from 6888. Have her on there. That would be great. Yeah, Kerry Washington. Thank you. That would be super great, Kerry Washington. Mm. Oh, Kamala, that would be good. Yeah, that would be great actually, because Kamala loves to cook. And I think Kamala likes spicy stuff. So that would be fantastic. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one, Kamala. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be great to have both of them on? Megan makes a meal for them and or makes a meal with them. Or maybe gosh, I couldn't imagine having all of them in there at the same time. Oh my god, that would that would throw those people across the ocean into a they'd have to go and check on certain people. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Emerald Lagasse. Yes, that would be the show with the subtitles. Kate Middleton would require subtitles. Absolutely. You would have to have someone translate for her. I understand that you. Yep.
Well, obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, on to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Yeah, how about that one? How about that one? Oh gosh, let me see. Oh yeah, Pippa Middleton. Pippa Middleton. Or let me see. Hmm. Mm. Well, definitely not Drew Barrymore. I get too much anxiety because you just never know when she about to start grabbing people. I get too much anxiety. She gets in your face too much. Oh, I got a good one. You guys. Andy McDowell. Remember her? Remember Meghan was trying to achieve her hairstyle? And then she went to school looking like what was it, Krusty the Clown or whatever? Yes, that would be perfect. That would be a perfect one. The subtitle text would leave the building. In fact, they would run. Yeah, I think someone who has inspired Meghan in the past, because I love how nervous Meghan was with the lady that was the food farm to table lady. You could tell that Meghan just really felt like a great honor having her there. And it was just beautiful the way that they were together and everything. But you could just tell that that was someone that Meghan truly respected, like a all type of respect. Now you just being messy. You are just being totally messy now. Although you know that that would drive those people bonkers. Yes, yes. Meghan can finish that conversation that Jill Biden was trying to have with Kate. Meghan could actually finish the conversation. Yeah, that would be great. Moonstone says renting out a kitchen is the smartest and sanest thing Meghan has done. Tracy Anderson can cook on a hot plate in her own bathroom and nobody would still care. I love it. Well, you guys, there have been some great suggestions. Um, yeah, Patty would get messy. Patty would get messy. Hmm. Well, let me see. Someone that is a notorious good cook. I'm trying to think. I want to think in lines of a chef or cook or somebody like that. Hmm. Well, I don't know. Feminist authors. Yeah, that would be a good one. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know, I was thinking Hillary Clinton. That would be a good one. Hillary Clinton. Mm, what about that guy that used to cook for Oprah? Remember the guy that had that southern accent, the one that used to cook for Oprah? I bet he would be real interesting, but they don't have any like chemistry together. I'm sure they would get on just fine, but she probably doesn't really follow him and he ain't really been a thing for a long time. So, oh, but you know what? You know what? Someone who is vegan, a real good vegan chef or cook or something like that, because with so many people that are vegan now, I think she really should have a really good vegan representation in one of the episodes. Hmm. Oh, the ladies from the Hub Kitchen. Yeah, some of those ladies from the cookbook. Now that would be cool. I'd love to see that. Some of the ladies from the kitchen. Because there's a lot of interesting recipes in the book, and it would be so cool to see them making it on the show. Oh, Guy Fieri. How about not Jamie Oliver, but how about the lady from that worked for Jamie Oliver, the one who went to Kensington Palace to help Kate, and she took a look around and said, nope, nope. Yeah, the lady that works for Jamie Oliver, who they were trying to hire at Kensington Palace. Just have her on there. Yeah, that would be a good one. But only if the conversation as to why she didn't stay. What was it that that ran you up out of there? Yeah, you know what? One of those soul vegan chefs would be amazing. And there's quite a few of them. There are some chefs that are black that owns vegan restaurants because I don't think that so many people know that there are some incredible vegan choices out there and that there are quite a few black owned vegan restaurants. But yeah, I would like to see at least or two, one or two, um, like black family owned. Oh, what about that guy, the food critic guy? What about him? Keith Keith Lee? Is that his name? Keith Lee? What about Keith Lee and his family? Right? I would love to see him and his family. Yeah, Keith Lee. That would be really cool. Of course, if he criticized the Duchess's cooking, then me and him have some problems. But yeah, at least one um, New Orleans owned restaurant cook chef, that would be really cool. They have like a good I like to do some gumbo and some make the ultimate po' boy sandwich, that kind of thing. Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Making my pot stickers with the Duchess. Oh yeah, Chrissy Teigen. Tyler Perry. Yep, Tyler Perry. Now that's an interesting one, Keanu Reeves. Oh, Stephen, okay, let me see here. Good night, Baron. We're listening. Stephen Colbert and his wife, they cooked on his show and they have that would be amazing. Yes, Stephen Colbert. I have so much respect for him. I would love that. I would love that. I still cannot stop thinking about Stephen Colbert dancing with Gayle King and he did that little spin. I'm like, I know that move. I know that move. What about Gayle King? What about Oprah? Gayle King is too nosy though, you know that. Gayle King, that would make me nervous because she's too nosy. She is too nosy. Or what about Megan and Snoop Dogg? Oh, yeah. Julia Roberts. I would love to see Julia Roberts on there. Pretty Woman and Pretty Woman. I would love to see that. Julia Roberts. She's like one of my favorite people. I would love to see that. And of course, Melissa McCarthy, is it? Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. Gotta have Melissa on there. Lewis Hamilton. Yes. Oh, you guys are coming up with some great ones. Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, and he's tied too much to what's her name? Martha Stewart. So yeah, that would be like a conflict of interest, I think. Oh yeah, Serena. Well, now someone did say Beyonce's mama. Somebody said that a while ago when they said that there was gonna be a second season. Um, yeah, Beyonce's mama. Too bad Dame Edna died. Could have had Dame Edna on there. Yeah, no Kardashians or Jenners. What about what's her name? Um um Fenty, what's her name? What about her? Mm, well, but still I would love to see someone that has inspired Meghan. Oh yeah, Patricia Ruffledge, she's still alive. The Bouquet Residence, the lady of the house speaking. Yes, Rihanna. That's it, Rihanna. Rihanna would be great. Or Cameron Hall. Is it Cameron? Yeah, Cameron Hall. I'd like to see her on there. Rachel Ray. Well, she has history with Rachel Ray. Oh, it's Tamron. Oh, that's it. I knew it didn't sound right when I said it. Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. That'd be interesting. Ooh, Amanda Gorman. Ooh. Yeah, that would be really cool. But I would also love to see Meghan with someone that she's like someone from Suits. I would love to see her with someone from Suits. Any of them, anyone from Suits. Yeah, anyone from Suits, I think, would be a good choice. Or yes, yes. Or what about um the Supreme Court lady? Oh, SB, thank you so much. Greetings from Germany. Thank you for the PayPal. Thank you very much for that. Rick Hoffman, I'd take any of them. And the cast from Suits, that would be even better. That would be fantastic to have the whole cast on there. Yeah, but for certain, someone that she's had, some history with. Okay, you guys, I am going to say good night or good morning. No, not Drew Barrymore, because she makes me nervous. She gets too close. She makes me nervous. Drew Barrymore probably sit on top of the counter with her legs crossed. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, I like Drew Barrymore, but no. No, no, no. I'd rather have Jennifer Hudson. Yes, Sophie Trudeau. Yes, Sophie Trudeau. Good one. Valerie Bertinelli. I like her. But I mostly would want to see someone who has inspired our Duchess or someone she has some kind of history. Oh, what if it was Barack Obama? Now that would be interesting, Barack Obama. Oh, Melissa Murray. Yes. Yes, Melissa Murray. Right? Right. I mean, you in the middle of a souffle and all of a sudden Drew Barrymore wants to start spooning. That would be awkward. Yeah, that would be awkward. But let's go back to like the acting world. Sandra Bullock. I don't know. For some reason, I don't see them having good chemistry together. So yeah, maybe not Sandra Bullock. Hmm. I'm trying to think I would love to see someone who, has said good things about her in the past. Okay. Okay, we could reach out to Kensington Palace.
Well, obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Well, there you go. There you go. Or how about Princess Angela of Liechtenstein? Now I know she would never, never, ever, ever do that show, but oh, if she did. Princess Angela. Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. That would cause all kind of problems. So maybe not a good idea. Hmm. Oh, Cheryl Underwood. Oh, that's a good one. Oh no, not Whoopi. She too shady. She is so shady. But I would also love to see her with someone where she can speak Spanish with them again. I love that. Yeah, to listen to her speak Spanish. Bad Bunny. How about Bad Bunny? Clothing optional. Bad Bunny. Yep, 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 yep. Bad Bunny. Oh, Angela Bassett. I could see that. uh, yeah, but mm, still, I'd like to see. Oh, RuPaul would be fun. Yeah, RuPaul. Yeah, there you go, RuPaul. Okay. Well, I think we're good. Alfie Woodard. Yes. What's it all about, Alfie? Is it just for the moments we live? Yeah, there you go. Uh, mm, oh, thank you, Team Sussex Warrior. Hey guys, Claire here. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. To have Megan say, "Hey guys, Claire here." Sunny Hostin. Yeah, that would be good. And without true love, you just exist, Alfie. Until you find the love you miss, you're nothing. Alfie. Oh, Queen Latifah. Now that's interesting. AOC. Hmm. Oh yes, Yusuf. Malala Yusuf. That would be a good one. And Diana Ross. Ed Sheeran. Yeah, for sure, Dolly Parton. Oh, I think Dolly Parton would probably be the highest rated episode. Yeah, that would be the highest rated episode, Dolly Parton. Yep, Dolly Parton would be the highest, most viewed. Michael Bublé, yes. Now, I would love to have like a couples show. Harry and Meghan and Michael Bublé and his wife, or Nacho and um, and his wife. Gosh, I'm embarrassed. I can't remember her name. Yeah, that would be great. A couples show. Have the men cook this and have the ladies cook that. Or the lady from the one that's always there when there's something to do with Ballet. Yes, Delphina and Nacho. That would be awesome. Yes, that would just wound her. She would be so wounded if Dolly Parton was on there, especially when she was trying to get Dolly Parton to come and visit her for a photo op. That would leave her wounded. Yeah, I believe that would cause, because the tabloids would make a big fuss about it. Yep, the tabloids would make a big stink about it. Yep, if Dolly Parton was on there, we'd never hear the end of it. Yes, a national treasure. Hey, Bridget's Life. Thank you for being here. Okay. Oh, Dolly Parton's sister, huh? Dolly Parton's sister. That would be interesting. Or oh gosh, what's her name? The actress, the one whose son is in that band. She's always on Loose Women. I can't remember her name right now, but that would be a good one. Oh, you know what? You are so right. You're so right. The cast of Suits would be the highest rated. Although I still say Dolly Parton would be up there too. So it'd be interesting if she had both, which would be the highest rated. Yes, Gladys Knight. Melody Hobson. Yep. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. Remember, we were only supposed to be on here for an hour. Yeah, first responders. That's a good. Here's